Hello, I'm Nisha Pandey and you're watching Prime Times News. Let's start with the headlines. 84 parties have applied for registration for the upcoming election to be held on 20th of November. The verification of the parties that have registered to start from tomorrow. The ruling coalition decides to proceed with the citizenship bill. The meeting of the alliance decides to submit the citizenship bill, which was returned for reconsideration by the president to the parliament. CPN-UML argues that some provisions in the citizenship bill are against the country's interest and stressed that it should be appropriately finalized. Claims that the president returned the bill in consultation with the Prime Minister. Russian President Vladimir Putin vows to expand military cooperation with the country's allies, noting that Moscow is ready to offer them its most advanced weapons. And FIFA, the world's highest football body, bans the All India Football Federation, citing flagrant violations of its statute. Now news in detail. 84 parties submitted applications for registration for the upcoming House of Representatives and State Assembly member elections to be held on 20th of November. 84 political parties have applied for registration in the Election Commission according to the provisions of party registration to participate in the elections. The Commission had given time till today to register the parties for the upcoming elections. The ruling Nepali Congress has also registered at the Election Commission for the upcoming elections. Today, a team led by Vice President of Nepali Congress, Thanraj Gurung, reached the Election Commission and registered the party. Vice President of Nepali Congress, Gurung, said that the party registration was delayed as 33% of women were to be included in the Central Working Committee. He said that they will fight with the election symbols within the 5 parties and that there will be no impact on the distribution, and it is necessary to include all the seats that the Congress wants. Likewise, CPN Maoist Centre and Nepal Socialist Party have also jointly registered as parties today at the Election Commission for the elections. It was agreed between both the parties to contest the election under the same symbol in the upcoming elections. After Baburam Bhattrai, Bamdev Gautam is also using the CPN Maoist Centre's election symbol, the hammer and sickle, in a circle during the House of Representatives elections in November. The former CPN-UML leader has also registered a party named NCP Unification on campaign. He would make efforts to bring the UML and the Maoist Centre together again. However, with no party caring about his campaign anymore, Gautam has been rendered irrelevant in Nepali politics. Yet, as Gautam wished to contest the elections and the Maoist Centre agreed to leave one constituency for him, according to the party spokesperson Krishna Bahadur Mahara. Gautam says this should not be interpreted as a party merger, as he will continue efforts to bring the UML and the Maoist Centre together. But for now, the Maoist election symbol is easy to use, Gautam said. Earlier, the Baburam Bhattrai-led Nepal Samajwadi Party has also decided to use the Maoist Centre's election symbol for the election. The letter attached to the citizenship bill sent back by President Vidya Devi Bhandari with a message was read out in the House of Representatives today. In the meeting of the House of Representatives today, the Secretary of the House of Representatives Secretariat, Karbir Nath Yogi, read out the letter sent by Secretary Yadav Prasad Koirala on behalf of the President. In the letter, it is mentioned that it was decided to send back the bill, which was passed on July 22nd and certified by the Speaker and sent to the President for authentication, with a message saying that it is desirable to amend the bill. Secretary Yogi said that the letter was written in reference to the bill made to amend the Nepal Citizenship Act 2063, which was passed by the meeting held on 22nd of July 2022 and was certified by the Honorable Speaker and submitted to the Right Honorable President for verification. It is mentioned in the bill to amend the Nepal Citizenship Act 2063, which was submitted for verification. It is desirable that the federal parliament reconsiders the matter related to the acquisition of citizenship in accordance with the Constitution of Nepal with in-depth study, discussion and consultation. Similarly, the President's letter says that it was decided to send the bill back to the House of Representatives with a message from the President Vidya Devi Bhandari in accordance with Article 113, Clause 3 of the Constitution of Nepal. The ruling coalition has decided to proceed with the citizenship bill. The meeting of the alliance held today decided to submit the citizenship bill, which was returned for reconsideration by the President Vidya Devi Bhandari to the Parliament. After the President returned the citizenship bill with a message, a meeting of the alliance was held to make a common opinion. The meeting has confirmed that it is constitutional for the bill to be returned to Parliament for reconsideration by the President. On the 14th day after Speaker Agni Prasad Sapkota certified it on 31st of July, President sent the bill back to the House of Representatives on Monday. The main opposition party, CPI-UML, has expressed its objection, saying the institution of the President has been blamed over the citizenship bill. UML Chief Whip Vishal Bhattrai, speaking at the outset of the meeting of the House of Representatives today, said that looking at the ordinance and the bill with the same lens in itself is not tenable. He complained over various comments being made after the President returned the citizenship bill, which the federal parliament had forwarded to her for authentication. After passing it to the parliament for reconsideration, the UML Chief Whip argued that some provisions in the bill are against the country's interest and stressed that it should be appropriately finalized. Lawmaker Lakshmi Pariyar drew the attention of the House, saying the citizenship certificates issued to the members of the Dalit community, giving them incorrect and disrespectful names, were not corrected yet. She objected, saying that although a citizen from Dai Lake had applied to the district administration office for correcting his name on the citizenship certificate, no action was taken on the application and the applicant has been slighted. There was repeated clashes between the locals and the police in Banchari Dada today. Spokesperson of Kathmandu Police, Dinesh Raj Mainali, said that the police also fired 5 rounds of gunshots in the air to counter stones and slingshots which the locals were throwing at the vehicle carrying garbage from Kathmandu. Now sports updates. FIFA, football's apex body, has banned India with immediate effect, citing flagrant violations of its statute. The Women's Under-17 World Cup will not be held in India till the ban is in place and no Indian team can participate in international competitions or friendlies. The ban nixes Mohan Bagan's chance to take part in the inter-zonal semi-finals of the AFC Cup, an inter-country Asian competition in September. Gokulam, Kerala cannot represent India in next week's Asian Women's Club Championships. It also means India's friendlies against Singapore and Vietnam, scheduled next month, stand cancelled. The ban will stay until the All India Football Federation regains full control of its affairs, FIFA has said. Domestic football can continue. The suspension letter signed by FIFA Secretary, Acting General Secretary of the All India Football Federation early today, hours after India celebrated turning 75 as an independent nation. This is the first time the All India Football Federation, formed in 1937, has been banned by FIFA. The Bureau further specified that the relevant suspension would mean that the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup 2022, scheduled to take place in India from 11th to 30th of October 2022, could not be held in India as planned, and that the resulting next steps will continue to be assessed and referred to the Bureau if and when necessary. With this, we have come to the end of the news. Before wrapping up, here are the headlines once again. "84 parties have applied for registration for the upcoming election to be held on 20th of November. The verification of the parties that have registered to start from tomorrow. The ruling coalition decides to proceed with the citizenship bill. The meeting of the alliance decides to submit the citizenship bill, which was returned for reconsideration by the President to the Parliament. CPNUML argues that some provisions in the citizenship bill are against the country's interests and stressed that it should be appropriately finalized. Claims that the president returned the bill in consultation with the Prime Minister. Russian President Vladimir Putin vows to expand military cooperation with the country's allies, noting that Moscow is ready to offer them its most advanced weapons. And FIFA, the world's highest football body, bans the All India Football Federation, citing flagrant violations of its statute. That's it for tonight. Thank you for watching Prime Times News.